Well, you had one of my favorite recent quotes. We quoted you just yesterday in our collections magazine, and I quote,
What is it?
"We created this inappropriate hype that is opposed to reality." So you've sort of touched on this a little bit, but let's focus in on inappropriate hype. Why is it inappropriate? Is it because it's so over the top and it's become this celebrity-driven circus, or is it because it's timed, it's improperly timed, or is it just too much? It's just too much information for the consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's all of the above. I think we're looking in a situation that the consumer is getting too much information. If we all go to the movies, I look at the movie industry as the perfect pure example. You know when a movie is coming out, there's hype at that moment that the movie's coming out. So you know, there's a few of us who go to the screenings and you say, oh my God, if I go to the screening, then when do I get to see the movie? But in generally speaking, in the public, I think the movie industry has gotten it the best. They hype a movie when it's hitting the stores, people get excited, the theaters, people get excited and then they go and they watch the movie. Now, here on the other hand, we hype a season that the consumer says, well, I go into the store, but it's not there. So now I'm confused. So what we've got to do is, you know, this word resort that I have a love-hate relationship with, it's our #1 season. #1 season is resort. No big fashion shows, no big consumer hype, no big anything. We talk person to person, consumer to retailer, designer to retailer. Let's talk about the business. It's a great season. Longer selling periods. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. But at the same time, we're not pushing this in the customer's face. You know, right now you go on this wonderful web called computer, and now we are giving her too much information. So wait a second, God forbid if we drop a length in the hemlines, that will really turn her into a tizzy. Well, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be wearing short. No, I'm supposed to be wearing long. Is it hot or is it cold out? So she's getting too much information. And I know the marketing tools, and this is a very, very sensitive subject, of who puts out the fashion show to the consumer, who's allowed into the show. And Bridget and I have discussed this in backroom discussions. Well, of course, if women's wear can come, but you're an industry and publication, sort of like, to me, it's, what is it, variety. Mm-hmm. We all get variety, but we're talking as an industry. Yes, it's important to know what the industry is doing, but we don't need to see it on every single computer. We don't need the wiring done. We don't need everybody to know what's going on in this business. Mm-hmm. So what I do believe we need consumer shows. I think Fashion's Night Out was brilliant. I think, Anna, right on. Fantastic. Let's get the consumer involved in fashion again. Let's penetrate her. Let her get to see seasonable clothes, and we go back into season. Mm-hmm. So, yes, I think we have to understand when we have to show because we have a business, and that means the manufacturing, timing, and all of that. Do we quiet our shows? I think that would be a great idea. Do we louden the volume on our shows to our consumer? Absolutely, if that's what we need to do. But half the designers are designing for a limited group of people to rock them out. The heels are too high. How many girls trip down the runway? Because if you really look at a lower heel, she doesn't look good. If I show her in flats, they think I'm a woo-woo trip, so I have to show her in high heels so they think I'm sexy. And it's really defining of how we push that envelope at a season. And then I go to my buyers, and then I look at my stores. Well, that's not the show, because they come in and see this amount of merchandise that's picked all over the place. So of course the consumer is confused, and of course our business isn't what it's supposed to be.